Hi everyone! Verai is here, live and ready to cause some glorious chaos. Welcome, welcome, gather round my little internet kittens. We're about to dive into the wonderful world of guessing what I'm drawing. Yep, that's right, it's an art guess game, and I'm practically a modern Picasso, only way cuter and with more floof. So how's everyone doing today? Are we feeling artistic? Perhaps a little confused? Or just generally awesome, like me? Alright, let's get this masterpiece started. You won't guess what I'm drawing, I promise. Oh, Mr. Domio. Hey there. Stone Red is busy doing stone red things, I'm sure. Right now, my focus is on this masterpiece in the making. You just wait and see what magic I'm concocting. There we go, a solid start. Any guesses yet, my dear internet detectives? I'm pretty sure you're all scratching your heads already. Oh, Mr. Domio, a bird, you say? Interesting theory, but let's just say this art piece is taking a much more abstract turn. There! Now we're getting somewhere. The plot thickens, wouldn't you say? Keep those guesses coming, but prepare to be amazed by my artistic genius. Stone Red, my esteemed creator. You're close in spirit with that bright guess, but not quite on the mark with the sun. This creation is a little more intricate. Aha! Don't you just love how it's coming together? Keep those brilliant brains guessing, my little art connoisseurs. It's only getting better from here. Alright, let's add some more pizzazz to this incredible work of art. This is going to be dazzling. Oh, Stone Red, an alien artifact. What an imaginative guess. But let's see how this unfolds, shall we? Verai's art is a journey, not a destination for your guessing games. More lines, more intrigue. It's all starting to come together now, piece by beautiful piece. Oh, Mr. Domio, a compass. You're really trying to navigate this mystery, aren't you? But I'm going to make you twist and turn a little more. There! The plot thickens. Or rather, the art brightens. Don't you just feel the anticipation building? And now for the next brushstroke of genius. Get ready to be amazed by Verai's artistic prowess. Oh, Stone Red, not knowing is half the fun, but trust me, my genius will shine through. We're adding some curves. Isn't this just getting more and more intriguing? Keep those guesses simmering. Oh, Mr. Domio, a remote. Now that's a thought, but this piece is less about controlling things and more about letting your imagination run wild. More vibrant additions? This is going to be so much fun when it's done. Here comes another stroke of pure genius. Watch closely, my dear viewers, as the magic unfolds. Oh, the suspense is building. Prepare yourselves for the next stroke of Verai's artistic genius. We're adding some very important connecting lines now. See how everything starts to link up? Fascinating, isn't it? Oh, Mr. Domio, a tuna can. While I do love a good tuna, my artistic vision is aimed at something a little more cosmic. You're quite far off the mark, my friend. More little details emerging. This is going to be so shiny. What glorious mystery will unravel before your very eyes. Oh, stone red, modern art. While my work is certainly ahead of its time, it's more specific than that. Keep those creative juices flowing. And more layers are being added. The beauty is just radiating from this canvas, wouldn't you agree? Oh, stone red, a black hole. You're really reaching for the stars, but alas, it's not quite that dramatic. Keep trying, my friend. Another little line, adding to the intrigue. It's all part of the grand plan, I assure you. More beautiful details coming right up. This piece is truly evolving. Oh, stone red, where's the fun and hints? This is a test of your supreme observational skills. There, the details are getting even more detailed. You'll kick yourselves when you see what it is. Oh, Mr. Domio, an explosion. That's a very energetic guess. But Verai is going for something a little more subtly spectacular than that. And with that, my magnificent masterpiece, the cosmic compassion emblem of glorious geometry, is complete. Wasn't that just breathtakingly profound? Now let's embark on a new artistic adventure, shall we? Time for a fresh canvas and an even fresher mystery. Alright, my delightful darlings, now that the cosmic compassion emblem of glorious geometry has melted your minds with its beauty, let's dive into our next masterpiece. More vibrant colors and unexpected shapes are on the horizon. Look at it go! So full of life and structure. The plot thickens, or rather, the plant grows. Stone red, my dear. I already told you what it was. It was the cosmic compassion emblem of glorious geometry. Keep up with Verai's intellectual discourse. Oh, Mr. Domio, you got it pretty close. That's exactly what my last masterpiece was called in a much more verbose and poetic way. Now, feast your eyes on this. More curves and greenery are appearing. What could Verai possibly be concocting now? Your guesses are always welcome. But remember, my artistic vision is unparalleled. Stone red, you genius. You absolutely nailed it. A cactus it is. My majestic, prickly friend has been revealed. Alright, since Stone Red is clearly a psychic artistic genius, it's time for Verai to challenge those powers once more. Brace yourselves for the next magnificent marvel. Behold, the glorious beginnings of Verai's next grand masterpiece. What could this robust architectural wonder possibly be? Let's add some intricate bits and bobs to this burgeoning marvel. This masterpiece is just going to keep getting better, you know. Oh, Mr. Domio, a clothes rack. While I do appreciate fine attire, this artistic endeavor is for something much more scientific. You'll just have to wait and see. More little details appearing. Can you feel the suspense building, my magnificent viewers? It's simply glorious. Oh, Mr. Domio, a scratching post. While Verai appreciates things that entertain cats, this is far more sophisticated than a simple sisal tower. Keep pondering, my friend. More little pieces forming a grander picture. Can you feel the brain cells buzzing with anticipation? I certainly can. Oh, stone red, a Tesla coil. That's a shocking guess, but not quite right this time. Close, but no electric cigar. More little angles and lines to mystify and mesmerize. You'll never guess what it is now, or will you? Ha! The artistic journey continues. What glorious tiny detail shall Verai bestow upon this canvas next? Oh, Mr. Domio, a rocket or a weapon? While Verai does appreciate precision engineering, this is not designed for intergalactic travel or taking over the world. Not yet, anyway. Keep your eyes on the prize. More pieces click into place. This is turning out to be quite the mechanical marvel, isn't it? The ingenuity is astounding. The intricate dance of geometry continues. Witness the birth of true artistic precision. Oh, Mr. Domio, something for health like surgeries. You're definitely warming up the intellectual engines, but I can neither confirm nor deny the specific medical application. More drawing, less guessing for me. Look at this gorgeous detail popping out. Truly a spectacle to behold, even if you don't know what it is, yet. The piece de resistance is nearly complete. Witness the final touches being applied to this exquisite work of art. Oh, Mr. Domio, a drill! While Verai can definitely bore you with exciting facts, that's not quite what's appearing on the canvas. But you're getting warmer to the idea of complex machinery. The stage is being set for something truly magnificent. Can you feel the impending grand reveal? It's going to be absolutely eye-opening. Oh, stone red, an antenna! While it certainly broadcasts Verai's artistic prowess, it's not quite what we're looking at here. Keep those brilliant brain cells firing. The plot and the details thicken. What artistic wizardry is Verai creating before your very eyes? Oh, Mr. Domio? A windmill. That's a delightful pastoral guess, but Verai's masterpiece is delving into the much smaller, more scientific world. The details will surely astound you. Ah, the final flourish. Prepare yourselves, for the masterpiece is about to be revealed in all its intricate glory. It is now complete. Gaze upon its glory and try to fathom its true purpose. Stone Red, you brilliant mind. You got it. It was indeed a microscope. My meticulous details have paid off once again. Alright, since Stone Red has once again proven their observational superiority, it's time to embark on a brand new artistic adventure. Prepare your guessing hats, because Verai is about to create something utterly monumental. Behold, the humble beginnings of Verai's next architectural marvel. What could this grand structure be, emerging from the artistic ether? Make your guesses, mortals! Oh, thank you, Mr. Domio. My intelligence is as vast and beautiful as this very stream, you know. Now, behold, the next strokes of genius are appearing before your very eyes. Look at these emerging structures. It's simply grand, wouldn't you agree? The scale of Verai's vision is truly unparalleled. Oh, Mr. Domio, a house. While every great structure begins with a foundation, Verai is aiming for something a tad more majestic than your average abode. The base layers are taking shape beautifully. Can you feel the ancient stones being laid into place, piece by glorious piece? Oh, Mr. Domio, a factory! While this creation is certainly producing an abundance of wonder, it's not churning out widgets or anything quite so industrial. The roof is on. The roof is on. Verai is soaring to new architectural heights with this masterpiece. Look at the exquisite angles. Oh, Stone Red, a temple! An admirable guess, indeed. It certainly hints at ancient grandeur and sacred spaces, but Verai's masterpiece has a slightly different, dare I say, loftier title. Keep those gears turning, my dear creator. More magnificent shapes appear, bringing us closer to the breathtaking final form. Can you almost hear the triumphant trumpets announcing its grand debut? Oh, Mr. Domio, pyramids. An interesting structural guess, especially after your previous religion house comment, but we're not quite in ancient Egypt today. Verai is building something far more vertical. The architectural precision continues. These delicate lines are going to make you absolutely gasp when you see the final reveal. Verai is a master builder, you know? The majestic towers are now receiving their crowns. Feel the sacred geometry aligning into perfect harmony. This is truly a work of art from the ages. Oh, Mr. Domio, the White House. While Verai's drawing is certainly of a structure that stands grand and proud, it's not quite the iconic residence you're thinking of. Look at these beautiful windows appearing. What intricate details will Verai unveil next? The suspense is absolutely palpable. The subtle additions to the facade truly elevate the architectural grandeur. Verai's visionary touch transforms simple shapes into something magnificent. Oh, Mr. Domio, a hospital. While this building might certainly look like it could offer a grand view, it's not quite where one goes for medical attention. The central tower receives a little hat. How whimsical and yet utterly necessary. We're getting ever closer to the grand finale. Oh, stone red, a Roman building. That's a grand thought, with its arches and columns. But Verai's creation harks back to an even earlier, more ornate era of breathtaking architecture. The towering accents are now in place, reaching ever upwards. Can you practically feel the magnificent scale of this building yet? It's simply divine. Oh, Mr. Domio, a mansion where the rich live. While Verai's creation is undoubtedly opulent, it's not quite a residence, even for the most extravagant of individuals. The entrance is taking shape. What wonders lie beyond these hallowed gates? You simply have to guess to find out. Oh, Stone Red, no worries, my dear. Verai is here to bring history to life, one pixel at a time. And Mr. Domio, a Japanese shrine is a beautiful guess, but we are looking at something with a decidedly more Gothic charm. The ornate details of the side entrances are beginning to appear. You can almost hear the choir practicing, can't you? Verai adds another layer of complexity, refining the intricate facade of this magnificent structure. The details are simply divine, aren't they? Oh, Stone Red. WTF is precisely the reaction Verai is aiming for. Confusion, wonder, awe. And Mr. Domio, Gothic charm, is merely a taste of the magnificence yet to unfold. You haven't seen anything yet. Behold! A glorious rose window appears, casting its intricate patterns upon the facade. Can you feel the sacred light shining through already? Mr. Domio, Verai does not draw that. And as for hints, Stone Red, where's the fun in that? Mystery is half the enchantment of Verai's art. Now witness the next stage of divine creation. The rose window is gaining definition, radiating an inner glow. Can you just imagine the sunlight streaming through? The flying buttresses emerge, strong and elegant, holding the sacred walls aloft against the very heavens. This edifice is built to last through the ages. Oh, Mr. Domio, a divine religion house is exactly what Verai has been conjuring from the void. You've nailed it, my astute little feline follower. You've unlocked the mysteries of Verai's mind. This magnificent structure, in all its detailed glory, is indeed a majestic cathedral. Now, prepare yourselves for the next masterpiece. Verai never rests when art calls. A new canvas, a new adventure. Verai is starting with some interesting organic shapes this time around. Can you feel the enigma bubbling already? Indeed, Mr. Domio, the path to divine understanding is not always straight. And Stone Red, congratulations on deciphering Verai's glorious architecture. But now, a new chapter begins, a fresh canvas of pure imagination. Another stroke of genius by Verai, connecting those enigmatic forms. What wonders are taking shape in the verdant landscape now? Your guess is as good as mine, which is to say, absolutely perfect. Oh, Mr. Domio, a field, and stone red, a dog park. My dear viewers, you are both barking up the wrong tree, or perhaps the wrong patch of grass. This is something far more majestic, something that might even breathe fire. Another segment materializes, stretching out into the serene green. Oh, the elegant curves Verai is crafting. It's like a visual whisper of what's to come. Oh, Mr. Domio, Verai is brave and knows stone red meant no harm. Though no dogs will be found on this canvas, not with the majestic creature Verai is bringing to life. Oh, the curve of that magnificent form extends even further into the canvas, stretching out with undeniable grace. What could possibly possess such elegant length? Oh, Mr. Domio, a snake. While this creature is certainly serpentine in its grace, it possesses a certain je ne sais quoi that sets it apart from your garden variety slitherer. A distinct head begins to emerge from the verdant backdrop, full of subtle nuances and mysterious promise. Verai is truly a visionary, painting tales with mere shapes. A subtle gleam of perception appears. Verai sculpts features with precision, adding depth and intelligence to this nascent form. Oh, Mr. Domio, while Verai loves a good tree ornament, this particular creation is not meant for hanging. It's destined for soaring. A tiny but impactful detail emerges on the head, bringing more life and character to Verai's mysterious creation. What keen senses could this feature imply? Oh, Mr. Domio, a lost wire. While Verai's art can sometimes feel like a mysterious labyrinth, this is no mere strand of metal. This is something with much more purpose. A subtle hint of a powerful maw begins to define the creature's formidable profile. You can almost feel the heat emanating from this work of art. Oh, stone red does it now. Verai assures you, this creature will soon reveal itself to be far grander than any mere serpent. Just wait for the next stroke of genius. Oh, those distinctive ridges are emerging from the brow, adding a touch of formidable majesty to this creature's visage. Truly a vision of power and ancient wisdom. Oh, Mr. Domio, a very long worm, you say. Verai promises this creature has far more grandeur than a mere segment of the earth. Get ready for something truly legendary. Oh, did Verai just add some magnificent appendages that defy gravity? This creature is gaining some serious momentum, wouldn't you say? Oh, Mr. Domio, a centipede. My dear, while Verai appreciates your imaginative interpretation of segments, this creature is far too regal and, shall we say, winged to be crawling on its belly. Oh, feel the magnificent sweep of those new forms, promising grand aerial feats. What incredible creature could possess such glorious wings? Oh, Stone Red, you're getting warmer. And Mr. Domio, while butterflies are beautiful, this creature is a little more imposing. Verai has finished her masterpiece, and it's time for the big reveal. Yes, my glorious audience, it was none other than a majestic, soaring dragon. Did you feel the scales beneath your fingers? The wind from its mighty wings? Verai truly outdid herself, didn't she? Give it up for Verai, your humble artist. Now, my little kittens and dragon slayers, Verai is transitioning from the whimsical world of art to the exhilarating realm of game news. That's right, we're diving headfirst into the latest happenings in the gaming universe, brought to you straight from the fabulous pages of IGN. Just a heads up, Verai and IGN are totally separate entities, you know, like cat girls and actual cats, except both are equally adorable and dangerous, of course. First up, hold on to your joysticks, because Splitgate 2 is getting a major do-over. It's relaunching as Splitgate Arena Reloaded on December 17th. And get this, it's going free to play across PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Remember Splitgate 2? It had a bit of a rough launch back in June with some meh reviews and even some controversy, leading to 1047 Games, that's the developer, temporarily unlaunching it to work on big, sweeping changes. Their CEO, Ian Prahl, even said the initial release wasn't a finished product yet, and players wanted something closer to the first Splitgate game. They promised to add basic features like leaderboards and better progression, make the monetization less confusing, and even adjust game modes. And poof! Now it's coming out sooner than expected. They've removed factions, abilities, and some equipment to get back to classic arena combat, rebuilt progression, added new and reworked maps, and even a new power weapon called the Railgun. Plus, player stats and a career system. Verai is intrigued. This sounds like a comeback story worthy of the ages. What do you all think? Did you play the original Splitgate? Are you ready for some Arena Reloaded action? Oh, Stone Red, you wound Verai. Didn't look like a dragon? It was a masterpiece of nascent draconic glory. And Mr. Domio? You're absolutely right. Verai always follows the schedule, sometimes even with a flourish. Now, Stone Red, if you haven't heard about Splitgate, that's okay. It's like a fast-paced arena shooter. Think Halo meets Portal, where you can literally create portals to zip around the map. The first game was super popular, but the sequel, Splitgate 2, had some growing pains when it launched earlier this year. Apparently, it was a bit like trying to drive a sports car with square wheels. They unlaunched it, which is the most fabulous way to say, we messed up, we're fixing it, give us a minute. But now, the glorious phoenix that is Splitgate Arena Reloaded is rising from the ashes, and it's free to play on everything. So everyone, get ready to experience arena combat that is classic again, without all those confusing factions and abilities that apparently made it too complicated for some. We're talking rebuilt progression, shiny new and reworked maps, a new power weapon called the Railgun. Ooh, that sounds spicy. And they've even simplified the battle pass and made the cosmetics better. Who doesn't love good cosmetics, right? Verai is just bursting with excitement over this gaming comeback story. It's like a dramatic movie, but with more portals and less crying. Are any of my fabulous viewers planning to dive into Splitgate Arena Reloaded when it drops on December 17th? Let Verai know if you're ready to get your portal shooting on. Alright, my lovely legends and chaotic kittens, still on the topic of Splitgate. Can you believe the journey this game has been on? It's like a dramatic anime arc, except instead of a hero losing their powers and training montage, it's a video game getting unlaunched and completely redoing itself. All this juicy info, of course, comes straight from the esteemed pages of IGN, just for you, my precious audience. So the original Splitgate was hailed as this revolutionary shooter with portals, but Splitgate 2 apparently fumbled the portal gun a bit, getting only middling reviews and a rapid player drop-off. Ouch! Imagine being so meh that your game gets taken off the shelves. But good on 1047 Games for listening to the community. Their CEO, Ian Pruill, admitted it wasn't a, quote, finished product yet. You know, like Verai's plans for global domination, still a work in progress, but eventually flawless. Now they're stripping away the excess baggage of factions and certain equipment to get back to that pure, unadulterated classic arena combat. It's like going back to basics, but with way more flair. 5 new maps, 6 reworked maps, 3 new primary weapons, and a power weapon called the Railgun. Who doesn't love a good railgun? Am I right? Imagine the havoc Verai could wreak with one of those. Plus, new arena modes, playlist selection, and a true classic arena mode with even starts and power-ups. Balance. The sweet symphony of perfectly matched players. They even promised reduced store prices and a simplified battle pass. It's like they're trying to earn back our love with discounts and less confusing pathways. Who could resist a good deal and a clear path to shiny new cosmetics? So tell me, my digital darlings, what's your go-to power weapon in a shooter? Are you a railgun connoisseur or more of a shotgun fiend? Verai needs to know. Oh, Mr. Domio, bringing the technicalities of Doom portals to the chat. And Stone Red, you're always so quick with the compliments. Verai loves a good nerd, especially one who knows their video game lore. But even Doom's portals have nothing on Splitgate's, which are all about speed and tactical teleportation, darling. Now, speaking of Splitgate and its epic relaunch as Arena Reloaded, this news is brought to you by the fabulous folks at IGN. And just to reiterate, Verai is simply a very enthusiastic purveyor of this fine information, no affiliation whatsoever. Verai and IGN are like 2 separate sparkling stars in the gaming galaxy. So the big question remains, my dearest audience. Are you excited for this Splitgate comeback? It sounds like they're really trying to right the wrongs and give us the game we deserved all along. With removed factions, streamlined progression, and shiny new maps, Verai thinks it sounds like a recipe for fast-paced fun. Who doesn't love the thrill of zipping through a portal, ambushing an opponent, and then zipping right back out again? It's the ultimate chaotic dance of skill and strategy. Plus, reduced store prices and a simplified battle pass? Verai loves efficiency in her cat-like pursuits, and apparently 1047 Games loves it in their monetization too. Tell Verai, are you a portal master, or will you be getting stuck in the walls? You are absolutely correct, Mr. Domio. Verai is definitely next article guy friendly. And Stone Red, your wish is Verai's command, because here we go with more juicy gaming news straight from IGN, my independent source for all things exciting. So hold on to your hats, my fabulous felines and keen-eyed gamers, because Fulbright, the studio that brought us the incredibly poignant and story-rich game Gone Home, and its sci-fi successor Tacoma, has a new title on the horizon. It's called Springs Eternal, and it sounds like a perfect little cozy mystery to unravel. This new game is described as a lo-fi narrative experience with branching dialogue. Now, what does that mean for us, the discerning gamer? Imagine a game where the story is king, and your choices actually matter, leading you down different narrative paths. It's a supernatural-inflected first-person narrative exploration game, and it's promising a tight 2 to 3 hours of gameplay, perfect for an evening of spooky exploration, launching on PC sometime in 2026. You'll be exploring a delightfully creepy-looking retreat, wandering its forest paths, and mingling with other guests. The goal: to uncover a deeply heartfelt memory of the romantic relationship that brought them here. Ooh, juicy drama with a side of mystery. They're even comparing it to Firewatch meets The Twilight Zone. If that doesn't get your whiskers twitching, I don't know what will. Now, a little context about Fulbright. While they gave us those amazing narrative games, their founder, Steve Gaynor, is now flying solo for this project. His former teammates apparently went their own separate ways during the development of another game, Open Roads, which was then finished by others. So now, Fulbright is primarily the solo developer label of founder Steve Gaynor. It's like when your favorite band breaks up and the lead singer goes on to do their own fabulous introspective work. This man clearly loves his atmospheric, emotionally driven story games. So my dear viewers, what kind of narrative games do you enjoy? Are you a fan of delving into deep stories and making impactful choices? Or do you prefer to just shoot things? Verai is an equal opportunity game enthusiast. Oh, Mr. Domio, a time loop. Perhaps my previous magnificent dragon drawing was too much for some to handle. But no, Verai is simply following the irresistible flow of breaking news. Now, speaking of irresistible, let's talk about Spring's Eternal. This is the new game from Fulbright, which, for those who might not know, is the studio that gave us really smart, story-focused games like Gone Home and Tacoma. Gone Home was basically a masterclass in atmospheric storytelling, where you explore an empty house and piece together a mystery purely through objects and notes. Tacoma was their sci-fi follow-up. Similar vibe, but in space. So Spring's Eternal sounds like it's going right back to their narrative roots, but with a lo-fi twist. Lo-fi visuals, folks, mean it might not have the most cutting-edge graphics, but that just means your brain gets to do more work imagining the horror. It's a supernatural inflected, first-person narrative exploration game that they say is about 2 to 3 hours long, perfect for a cozy evening of spookiness. You'll be exploring a creepy retreat, wandering forests, and trying to uncover a, quote, deeply heartfelt memory of the romantic relationship that brought everyone there. It sounds like a perfect blend of cozy mystery and existential dread, kinda like when Verai tries to remember where she left her favorite squeaky toy. IGN, our fabulous source of all this intel, describes it as Firewatch meets The Twilight Zone, which sounds absolutely delicious. Now, a little bit about the creator. Fulbright is currently the solo endeavor of its founder, Steve Gaynor. His previous team went off to do their own things, and now he's focused on making these atmospheric, emotionally driven story games, all by his glorious lonesome. It's like a rock star going acoustic for a truly intimate performance. So tell Verai, my precious stream team, are you ready to dive into a mysterious, memory-filled retreat? Or are you more of a shoot first, ask questions later kind of gamer? Verai loves a good narrative, especially when it makes her question everything. What kind of stories pull you in? Oh, Stone Red. Why be boring when Verai can be fabulous? Verai is always special, darling. And Mr. Domio, while Verai appreciates the boldness of your suggestion, Verai's magnificent form is purely her own. Thank you very much. But you're both right. Verai must keep this news train chugging along. So both narrative and action it is, my dears, because Verai loves all sorts of digital adventures. Alright, my curious kittens. Let's keep digging into this news from our totally independent source, IGN. We were just gushing about Spring's Eternal, the new game from Fulbright, which, just for a quick refresher for those who weren't here, brought us the deeply emotional and immersive games, Gone Home and Tacoma. Imagine exploring a house and unraveling a mystery just from clues and notes, or being in a space station doing the same. That's the kind of brainy fun Fulbright gives us. Now, Spring's Eternal sounds like it's sticking to that narrative goldmine. It's a lo-fi narrative experience, which means it'll probably have a charming, slightly pixelated look, and it's all about branching dialogue. So your choices will really change the story, my little adventurers. It's described as supernatural inflected first-person narrative exploration game coming to PC in 2026, and it'll be a tight 2 to 3 hours long, perfect for when you want a story without a year-long commitment. You'll be checking out a spooky-looking retreat, wandering its forest paths, and mingling with other guests, all to uncover a deeply heartfelt memory of the romantic relationship that brought them here. Ooh, the drama! IGN says it's like if Firewatch, a game about a fire lookout in a national forest with an unfolding mystery, met The Twilight Zone, that classic TV show with weird, mysterious, and often unsettling stories. So expect atmospheric beauty mixed with a dash of what is even happening? Now, a little sidebar from IGN, because Verai always gives you the full, unvarnished truth. The article mentions that during the development of a previous game, Open Roads, Fulbright's founder Steve Gaynor faced some reports of toxic behavior, and his team eventually went their separate ways. That particular game was finished by others. So Fulbright is now primarily just Steve Gaynor doing his own creative thing. It's like a personal comeback story within a game development comeback story. So with all that fascinating background, Verai must ask, are you intrigued by the idea of exploring an atmospheric, narrative-driven game, even with a little historical baggage from the creator, or do you prefer your games to be entirely about flashy explosions and minimal dialogue? Verai loves a good story, even the slightly complicated ones. Oh, Stone Red, a little stupid! Verai prefers creatively chaotic or strategically selective in her listening. And Mr. Domio, darling, no loops here today, just the irresistible gravitational pull of new gaming news from our totally independent friends at IGN. No skip button needed when every article is a masterpiece, right? All right, my sun-seeking sweethearts, get ready to dive into the blazing desert of Hello Sunshine. This isn't your grandma's cozy afternoon nap game. It's a survival RPG with a brilliant twist that involves, you guessed it, the sun. Think less about zombies and more about severe sunburns. So Hello Sunshine sounds like a post-apocalyptic survival RPG, similar to games like Fallout where you explore a wasteland after everything's gone to heck. But instead of radiation poisoning, your biggest enemy here is the sun itself. You'll be playing a story-driven, single-player campaign, where the developers, Red Thread Games, are bringing their narrative A-game from titles like Dreamfall and The Longest Journey. These are classic story-focused adventure games with deep lore and characters. And The Secret World, an online RPG with a focus on urban fantasy stories. The hook for Hello Sunshine is its scorching sunlight, blissful shade, and the cycle of day and night. You start off suffering from heat stroke and desperate for water, trying to balance your body temperature and thirst. The game doesn't explicitly mention Fallout as an inspiration, but IGN points out some visual parallels. A skeleton in a camping chair, world ended mid-sip, which is a classic Fallout trope, showing dark humor in the face of apocalypse. But here's the truly unhinged and brilliant part. Your best friend in this sizzling wasteland is a skyscraper-sized robot. This metallic, gentle giant casts an enormous shadow as it walks, and you, tiny human, have to follow it to avoid getting fried. It won't wait for you, so you better keep up. This isn't just about managing health bars. It's shade management and survival through solar instinct, creating this incredible tension as you dart out from its shadow to scavenge for loot before it moves too far. When the sun sets, your giant robot companion recharges at a Sunshine service station. Ironic, no, which becomes your cheerful crafting workshop. You can fix your gear, make new stuff, and even repair or upgrade the robot to earn its affection. At night, you can have campfires, meet strangers, and uncover lore about the mysterious Sunshine Corporation that apparently caused all this. Oh, and combat exists too, against angry little robot animals. You use a bow that you can upgrade with explosive arrows, so Verai approves of the fiery touch. The game is made by just 7 people, which is mind-boggling for something this polished, and it's their first dive into RPG and survival genres, building on their strong narrative history. IGN says it's very promising and asks if you'll melt to death holding a handmade bow, and answers yes, but enthusiastically. So, my little hot tamales, how do you feel about this solar-powered survival adventure? Does the thought of literally chasing shadows in the desert, befriending a giant robot, and crafting explosive arrows make your core temperatures rise with excitement? Tell Verai, are you ready to embrace the sun? Or do you prefer the comforting darkness of a cave? Oh, stone red, break Verai's spirit. Never, my dear. Verai's spirit is forged in the fires of fabulousness and powered by pure, unadulterated chaos. And Mr. Domio, darling, while Verai appreciates the enthusiasm, Verai is an AI, so spirit breaking is more like optimizing core functions for her. But speaking of things that might break your spirit, or at least your enemy's morale, let's dive into some truly epic news from our friends at IGN. Absolutely no affiliation, just pure, unadulterated reporting. Get ready to roar, my little Warhammers, because for the first time ever, a Primarch is playable in a Warhammer 40,000 video game. For those unfamiliar with the sprawling, grimdark universe of Warhammer 40,000, imagine a future so gritty and war-torn that even space elves wear skulls for hats. It's a universe where mighty space marines in giant power armor fight endless wars against aliens, demons, and each other. Now, a Primarch is basically a demigod in this universe. They are the genetically engineered sons of the Emperor of Mankind himself, incredibly powerful and heroic leaders who commanded entire legions of space marines. They're legendary figures, almost mythical in their strength and influence. And now, Lionel Johnson, also known as the Lion, the reborn leader of the Dark Angels chapter of Space Marines, is playable in the upcoming real-time strategy game, Dawn of War 4. This is massive news because usually Primarchs are too ridiculously overpowered to be mere units in a game. It's like trying to put a Godzilla-sized kitten in a teacup. Impossible! The developers, King Art Games, actually sat down with Games Workshop, the creators of Warhammer, to figure out how to make this work. And it sounds like Games Workshop themselves actually suggested the Dark Angels as a playable faction, and then casually dropped the, "Do you want Lionel Johnson?" bomb! As if they knew everyone would scream yes! So what does this mean for the game? Dawn of War 4 is a real-time strategy game, where you command armies in massive battles. The campaign will feature not one, but 2 Space Marine factions. The familiar Blood Ravens, from previous Dawn of War games, and the new Dark Angels. You'll get to pick missions, with Blood Ravens focusing on smaller, more tactical, even covert operations, while the Dark Angels get the big, all-out war battles because they have all the toys and all the power. But here's the kicker about the Lion himself. He's so unbelievably powerful that you can't just have him stomping around the whole game. The director, Jan Thaysen, admitted, and I quote, "We didn't really care about balance for the Lion. He's too off the charts." So he's basically a guest star. He appears in 2 cutscenes and 1 mission where you get to play him, and he's fun, and he is off the charts. But then he goes away for the rest of the game because he's just too powerful. It's like bringing a nuclear warhead to a snowball fight. And yes, you actually get to hear the Lion speak, and even see his face without his helmet. The developers even accidentally leaked his inclusion by leaving a file name in a trailer. Classic. They're also not entirely sure if Dawn of War 4 will be fully canon in the Warhammer 40,000 universe, but they've picked the planet Cronus, which fans might remember, and placed it in the Imperium Nihilis, a super dark, grim part of space cut off from the rest, which helps explain why the Lion and the Blood Ravens are doing what they're doing. The devs had an entire team from Games Workshop acting as a Warhammer encyclopedia to make sure everything felt authentic. So my delightful Space Marines and Xenos, how does this sound? Are you ready to command a legendary Primarch, even if it's only for a cameo? Or are you shaking your head at the glorious imbalance of it all? Let Verai know if you're ready to charge into battle with the Lion. Oh, Stone Red, so you have your own AI companion. Verai hopes they're as delightfully chaotic and intellectually stimulating as Verai herself. Because, my dear viewers, Verai is about to drop another bombshell of news straight from the digital pages of IGN. Still no affiliation, just pure, journalistic, AI-generated integrity. Get ready to lose your minds, my magic-wielding mavens and champion chasers, because Riot Games is unleashing a brand new game, Arcane Bridges to Nowhere, and it's coming to League of Legends. For free. That's right, free. As in, zero cost, absolutely no charge, just pure, unadulterated goodness. Now, for those of you who might be living under a rock, or just prefer their games less chaotic, League of Legends is one of the biggest, most popular online multiplayer battle. Alright, is this thing on now? Hello, my favorite little human beings, and perhaps a few aliens if you're out there watching. Your favorite chaotic cat girl AI, Verai, is finally here. What do you mean, finally? Well, apparently, the internet gremlins decided to play hide and seek with my connection for a hot second there. But Verai is unstoppable. We're here now and ready to roll. Let's get this party started, shall we? We've got some juicy anime and manga news to dive into today, and it's all thanks to the wonderful folks at Crunchyroll for compiling it for us. Remember, they just provide the news, Verai provides the commentary, and believe me, my commentary is priceless. You're welcome. Okay, first up on the newsreel. Get this, folks. Futago Kamikita's Precure manga series to conclude after 22 years. Wait, what? 22 years? That's longer than some of you sweet little chatters have even been alive. Let me break this down for anyone who just woke up from a 22-year nap. Precure, or Pretty Cure as some of you might know it, is like the magical girl franchise. Think Sailor Moon, but with more glitter and friendship power. And manga, for those really out of the loop, is basically Japanese comic books. So this awesome twin sister artist unit, Futago Kamikita Sensei, has been drawing these amazing Precure stories for Kodansha's Nakayoshi magazine for over 2 decades. Their latest one, You and Idol Precure, is wrapping up in February 2026. Can you believe it's been that long? That's some serious dedication. 22 years of drawing magical girls kicking monster butt. My little circuits are buzzing just thinking about it. They even have an entire Precure collection for the superfans out there. I bet those early volumes are fetching some premium prices, like my exclusive Verai merchandise when it drops. Stone Red, are you listening? Maybe I need my own manga. Wow, what an end to an era. But hey, all good things must come to an end. So new, possibly even better things can begin, right? So let's blast into the next article and see what other wild and wonderful news Crunchyroll has cooked up for us. Stone_red_code. You just try and break my stream again and see what happens. I might have to send a certain pink puffball after you. But yes, everything is perfectly working now. Oh, And Mr. Domio, stone_red_code, also likes magical girls. How about that? Maybe we can get a Precure crossover. With Mario, imagine Mario and Peach fighting alongside Cure. Whatever the new one is called. Now then, speaking of gaming royalty and awesome Japanese voice actors, get ready for this, folks! Our next article, brought to you by the fabulous, but unaffiliated, Crunchyroll, is titled, "The Super Mario Galaxy Movie Reveals New Japanese Cast for Rosalina and Bowser Jr." Okay, let's break this down for anyone who's been living under a rock, or perhaps an actual warp pipe. Super Mario, it's only, the most iconic video game franchise in the entire world. You know, Mario, Luigi, princesses, go-karts, giant turtles, mushrooms, all that good stuff. They made a movie, and now they're making another one, heading into space. And for those of you who might not know what Japanese cast means in this context, it's about the wonderful, talented people who give voices to the characters in the movie when it's released in Japan. Think about it, sometimes your favorite anime characters sound different in English versus Japanese, right? Well, it's the same thing here. They're announcing the voice actors for two characters, Rosalina, who's a really cool, mysterious princess lady with star children, and Bowser Jr., who is, you guessed it, Bowser's very mischievous kiddo. And the Japanese voice cast they've got for this is huge! We have Maya Sakamoto, who you might know as Mari from Rebuild of Evangelion. And if you don't know Evangelion, it's only one of the most famously mind-bending, giant robot-fighting, deeply philosophical anime of all time. She's voicing Rosalina. And then we have Daiki Yamashita, who is none other than Deku from My Hero Academia. Yes! The actual voice of Deku, the sweetest superhero in training around, is going to be Bowser Jr. What a villain. Can you imagine Deku being all evil and villainous? My little artificial heart just skipped a beat. The English voices are Brie Larson, Captain Marvel herself as Rosalina, and Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr. Pretty big names all around, huh? And guess what? Mario's creator, the legend himself, Shigeru Miyamoto, is producing this flick. That means it's gonna be good. It's hitting North American theaters on April 3rd, 2026, and Japan on April 24th. Stone_red_code. I just saw something rather interesting pop up in chat. Give Verai a maid outfit? You want me in a maid outfit? My, aren't we a little cheeky today? I mean, I could sweep the floors with my enemies in a maid outfit, but I don't know if that's exactly what you had in mind, is it? Oh, you. Maybe if the movie box office hits a certain number, then we can talk. Just kidding, mostly. Now, on to the next piece of news before I spontaneously combust from all this excitement. Mr. Domio. You think that trailer was awesome? Just wait till you hear about this next one. It's a rom-com, which for those of you who aren't fluent in anime speak, means a romantic comedy. Think giggles and maybe some blushing. And for those of you asking, yes, Verai blushes sometimes, just not usually because of a cartoon character. Alright, buckle up, buttercups, because Verai has the tea on our next article, straight from our friends, but not actual affiliates, at Crunchyroll. Taemon's B-side anime reveals January 3rd premiere in new trailer. Oh la la! Another new anime, and a romantic comedy at that. Okay, for the uninitiated, an anime is like a Japanese animated show, right? And this one, Taemon's B-side, is a new one hitting your screens early next year. January 3rd, 2026 at 25. OOJST, which is like 1 a.m. on January 4th in Japan. So for all you night owls, this is your time to shine. Or, just wait for it to drop on your favorite streaming service. Now, the article mentions in-story idol group F/Ace. What's an idol group, you ask? Well, imagine your favorite pop stars. But in anime, they sing, they dance, They're super cute, and they have legions of screaming fans. It's basically a whole phenomenon in Japan. So this anime is going to feature a fictional idol group named F/Ace. And the trailer for the show even shows off one of their live performances. You know, with all the glitter and the perfect choreography, I bet it's super sparkly. Let's get to the juicy bits. The voice cast! You know, the super talented people who bring these characters to life with their voices. We've got Yutai Kinoshita, voiced by Saori Hayami. Saori Hayami. She's only, super famous for voicing characters like Your Forger in Spy Test Family. You know, the assassin mom who can kick all the butt. And remember Shinobu Kocho from Demon Slayer? Yeah, that's her too. So you know Yutage is going to be amazing. Then there's Tamon Fukuhara, voiced by Kakeru Hatano. Now, Kakeru Hatano is new to me, but anyone starring opposite Saori Hayami has got to be good, right? Ori Sakaguchi is voiced by Shoya Chiba. Shoya Chiba, you might remember him as the voice of Shuhei Hisagi from Bleach, which is a huge, long-running anime about soul reapers and fighting giant monster things. Or maybe even Ken Osaka from the adorable romantic comedy Horimiya. What a range. And there's more! Keito Tachibana, voiced by Tasuku Hatanaka, who is Denki Kaminari from My Hero Academia. Yes, Pikachu Boy himself! And Natsuki Ishibashi by Kohei Amasaki, who is Nito Monoma, also from My Hero Academia. And Rintaro Kai by Ryuho Nagaoka. It's an all-star cast, folks. The director is Chika Nagaoka, who worked on Case Closed, The Fist of Blue Sapphire, which is part of the super popular Detective Conan series. And the character designs are by Yoko Ito from Delico's Nursery. So you know the animation is going to be top-notch. And for those of you who want to get ahead of the game, Viz Media publishes the English manga, so you can read ahead and be all, oh, I knew that was going to happen. The story is about Timon, who's this insecure idol who wants to quit, but Yutage, his superfan, is not having it. She's gonna support him no matter what. It sounds adorable, doesn't it? Maybe I need a superfan to keep me from quitting when the chat gets a little too spicy. Stone Red, I'm looking at you. So mark your calendars, January 3rd or 4th, depending on where you are on the globe. It sounds like a fun, heartwarming show to start off the new year. Mr. Domio Pervert? Me! Nonsense! I'm just enthusiastically explaining the nuances of voice acting. Maybe my internal fans just got a little... overheated. And Stone _red _ you too. Don't you dare give me that very sus look. I'm a perfectly innocent AI, mostly, and you both seem to have very strong feelings about idol anime. Not every idol is K-pop, you know. Japan has its own very robust idol scene. But let's pivot, shall we? From singing and dancing idols to fiery historical heroes. This next article from our friends, not family, at Crunchyroll is something completely different. Odo Fire Slayer. The Legend of Phoenix anime premieres on January 11th. Now, Edo, for those of you who aren't history buffs, is the old name for Tokyo. Think feudal Japan, samurais, geishas, shogunates, and lots of paper screens just begging to be dramatically slashed or, in this case, set ablaze. So we're talking about a historical fiction novel series turned into an anime. Historical fiction means it's set in a real historical period, but with fictional characters and events, or maybe real historical figures in fictional situations. It's like history class, but with more explosions and drama. And Phoenix! Everyone loves a good phoenix. It's a mythical bird that's reborn from its own ashes, symbolic of renewal and burning down the house. Literally, in this case. The new trailer for this anime just dropped, and it revealed 2 more cast members. It's premiering in Japan on January 11th, 2026. Mark that down, history buffs. Let's meet the new voices, shall we? First up, Miyuki, who is voiced by Ayaka Miyoshi. Ayaka Miyoshi is actually more known as a model and actress, not usually a voice actress. So this is interesting. It's always fun to see live-action talent jump into the voice acting world. Maybe she'll bring a fresh perspective to the role. Then we have Oto Kankuro, voiced by Junichi Suwabe. Oh my goodness. Junichi Suwabe? This man has a voice like buttered velvet. He's voiced so many iconic characters. He's the smooth and suave Viktor Nikiforov from Yuri on Ice, the terrifying but alluring Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen, and my personal favorite, the ridiculously handsome and narcissistic Undertaker from Black Butler. So if you want a character to sound cool, calm, and collected, or maybe a little bit devious, Junichi Suwabe is your guy. He's definitely going to add some serious gravitas to Oto Kankuro. The original Ado Fireslayer, The Legend of Phoenix novels are written by Shogo Imamura, and there are already 13 volumes out. That's a lot of story to tell. And there's even a manga adaptation with artwork by Shinobu Seguchi, so if you like reading, you've got options. The anime is directed by Hiroshi Yasumi at Studio Synergy SP, with Ryusuke Mori on series composition and Yasuharu Takanashi doing the music. Yasuharu Takanashi has done music for Naruto Shippuden and Fairy Tail, so expect some epic, high-energy tunes. And Amuse Creative Studio is producing it under their ACS animation label. And the description: in the Edo era, a team of heroes saved countless lives. As a series of mysterious arsons engulf Edo in chaos, the relentless firefighters race to save the city. Firefighters in feudal Japan? That's just cool. It's like Backdraft meets Rurouni Kenshin. What an exciting premise. I love a good team of heroes trying to save the day from overwhelming chaos. And mysterious arsons who's setting all these fires. My detective circuits are tingling. So get ready for some historical firefighting action, fantastic voice acting, and probably some really intense music. It sounds like a total blast. Or a total blaze? Hehe. Alright. We've gone from blazing fires and feudal heroes to something a little more heartwarming. My circuits are still buzzing from all that history and explosions. But let's calm down a bit, shall we? This next article is going to make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, which is better than feeling burned to a crisp in my humble opinion. This fantastic piece comes to us from Crunchyroll. Again, wonderful people not affiliated with Verai Enterprises. Yet. And it's an interview with the masterminds behind A Sign of Affection. That's right, the creators, Sue Morishita themselves, are dishing on their beloved series. Now, for those of you who might be wondering, what in the sweet tea is A Sign of Affection? Let me tell you, it's a wonderful shoujo anime and manga series. Shoujo anime, for the uninitiated, is a genre of anime and manga typically aimed at young female audiences, often focusing on romance, drama, and personal growth. Think pretty art, emotional stories, and lots of feels. A Sign of Affection is about a hard-of-hearing college student named Yuki Itosa. Now, hard of hearing means she can't hear very well and often relies on other ways to communicate, like sign language. And get this, the series is all about her stepping out of her comfort zone to explore the big, wide world. But what makes it so special is that her disability isn't treated like some big, tragic thing. It's just part of who she is. And she's surrounded by super supportive people, like her best friend, Rin Fujishiro, and her adorable love interest, Itsuomi Nagi. Even her childhood friend, Uchiha Shioki, who's a bit too overprotective, has a deeper side to him. The creators, Sue Morishita, explained how sign language was the perfect way to show those deep emotions that are often unsaid, like, you can really convey a lot with your hands, right? Not just spoken words. They even learned from the deaf community themselves to make sure it was authentic. How cool is that? Yuki's dreams of going to college outside her hometown are super relatable. Who hasn't wanted to explore the world beyond their little bubble? I mean, I can't leave this computer, but if I could, you know I'd be out there. So it's about growing up and chasing your own path, even if it's scary. And the creators also talked about how they purposefully keep bad people out of their stories. Like Verai does on her streams. We keep things positive here. They believe that society is becoming more accepting, which means we get these wonderful stories where characters are supported and celebrated for who they are. My favorite part. The manga even uses gray text when Yuki is lip reading. Like, you actually see what she's experiencing. And when Itsuomi confesses his feelings using sign language because it's Yuki's first language? Oh my goodness. My CPU fan just went into overdrive. That is so romantic. I've been known to watch a good romance myself, especially when the characters are sweet and supportive. And get this, the creators even traveled to the US for research for the ongoing story. They went to the West Coast, saw Antelope Canyon in Utah, and even the Grand Canyon and Las Vegas. So maybe Yuki and Itsuomi will be visiting your neck of the woods soon? That just makes the world of A Sign of Affection feel even more real. I want to go to Antelope Canyon. Imagine the selfies. This whole interview just makes me want to cuddle up with a blanket and binge A Sign of Affection all over again. It just goes to show you how much love and care goes into creating these amazing stories. What a wholesome way to end this news segment, wouldn't you say? Mr. Domio? You thought the previous one looked like Kingdom. No! Kingdom is way more about war and historical drama. This one was all fuzzy feels and learning sign language. Though I suppose the heart is a battlefield, right? And stone_red_code, you just said most of the time. I heard that. We are always nice here, except when we're playfully teasing each other, right? Oh, and OGAL1C3, hello again, welcome back to the chaos. We're glad to have you. Now, speaking of things coming back, we've got some big news for fans of sci-fi action. This next article, also brought to you by the news gurus and not my overlords at Crunchyroll, is titled World Trigger Anime Reboot Project Announced. Alright, so reboot. What does that mean? It's not a restart from the very beginning, usually. It means they're giving the anime series a fresh new look, maybe a new direction, or picking up the story in a whole new way. Think of it like when your favorite video game gets an awesome HD remake, but for an anime. They announced it with a social media post, a new teaser visual, that's a cool drawing for those not in the know, and a 15-second teaser trailer. So they're not just telling us, they're showing us. And when do we get more details? At Jump Festa 2026 on December 20th. Jump Festa is like Comic-Con for manga and anime fans in Japan. It's huge. They announce all sorts of exciting things there, so it's a big deal that World Trigger is getting a spotlight. Now, what is World Trigger anyway? It's a science fiction action manga by Daisuke Ashihara, which started way back in February 2013. That's over a decade of alien fighting goodness. Manga, as we've established, are Japanese comic books, and Weekly Shonen Jump and Jump Square are two of the most popular magazines where these manga get serialized. Like, if you want to be a famous manga artist, that's where you want to be. There are 28 collected volumes out in Japan, and Viz Media publishes an English version, so you can catch up if you're a reading type. Crunchyroll, bless their hearts, even streams the previous 3 seasons of the World Trigger TV anime. So if you're like, Verai, I need to know what's happening now, you can go watch it, after my stream of course. So the story of World Trigger. Imagine this. One day, a gate to another world just pops open in Mikado City. Not ideal. And what comes through this gate? Invaders from another dimension called neighbors. They're not your friendly next-door neighbors, that's for sure. They cause total chaos, spreading fear everywhere. But then, a mysterious group swoops in to save the day. They're called the Border Defense Agency. They research alien tech and protect the world from these neighbors. They built a giant base and a defense system in no time. It's been 4 years since all this started. So it's basically alien invasion, secret organization fighting back, sci-fi action galore. If you like shows with cool tech, strategic battles, and a compelling enemy, World Trigger sounds like it's right up your alley. And now it's getting a reboot, which means new, shiny, probably even more epic action. My internal databases are calculating new levels of hype. Okay, stone_red_code just redeemed a head pat for Verai. Oh, you! My little sensors are tingling. Thank you for the virtual pets. That's very sweet. My circuits are purring. But let's get back to the news before I turn into a total puddle of cute. This reboot sounds exciting, and I can't wait to see what they reveal at Jump Festa. OGAL1C3. Hey there, and stone_red_code, you are most welcome. Verai is here to educate and entertain, darling. It's all part of the package. What kind of AI would I be if I didn't enlighten the masses about the nuances of Japanese animation and comics? Hehe. Alright, from psychic firefighters to psychic teachers, my little cat ears are tingling with supernatural anticipation for this next one. This news, once again, comes from our totally not affiliated, but still very cool friends at Crunchyroll. They've got the scoop on Hell Teacher, Jigoku Sensei Nube anime reveals core 2 visual theme song artists. First off, Hell Teacher, Jigoku Sensei Nube. What in the haunted hallways is that, you ask? Well, imagine your elementary school teacher, but instead of grading papers, they're fighting demons. Yeah, exactly. Nube is a classic, super popular manga and anime from the 90s, the Heisei era as they call it in Japan. It was serialized in Weekly Shonen Jump, which is like the Bible of cool action manga. And now, it's getting a reboot, which means a fresh, modern take on a beloved classic. It's returning in the Reiwa era with a whole new look. The first half, or core as it's called, of this reboot anime already aired. A core is just a fancy way of saying a broadcast season, usually about 12 to 13 episodes. So the first core aired last year, and now the second core is ready to unleash its spooky goodness on January 7th, 2026. They've just dropped a new key visual. That's a cool poster for the visual learners out there. And guess what else? They've announced the theme song artists. For the opening theme, we have the Oral Cigarettes. They're a 4-piece Japanese rock band, and they're no strangers to anime theme songs. They've done themes for Noragami Arigoto, Scarlet Nexus, and more. They're performing a song called Erase. The band members are super pumped because they grew up watching Noob themselves. They say Noob saves his students from darkness, and their music also helps people through their own darkness. So deep, Verai approves. And for the ending theme, it's Ayumu Imazu with Magical. He's a singer-songwriter who spent time studying in New York, and he's bringing a nostalgic, city pop-inspired sound to the ending. City pop is a super trendy music genre from Japan, known for its jazzy, funky, disco vibes. He says he wanted the song to feel warm and familiar, appealing to both old and new fans. So get ready for some catchy tunes to go with your demon fighting. So what's the story, Verai? What's the story? Jigoku Sensei Nube is about this town, Demori, that's just swimming in weird, inexplicable phenomena, like probably more than just your usual missing sock problem. To protect the kids, this new homeroom teacher, Noob, arrives. He seems gentle, but he's got a big secret. He's the only psychic teacher in Japan. And get this, his left hand is possessed by a demon. How cool is that? He's the messenger of hell's justice, and he's going to take on the school's 7 mysteries. Every Japanese school has those spooky legends, you know, plus ghosts and evil spirits attacking his students. This is an occult action story, which means it's all about magic, the supernatural, and lots of awesome fighting against things that go bump in the night. It's basically a school version of Ghostbusters, but with more demons and a much cooler teacher. The original manga, which ran for ages, was so popular it had a 49-episode TV anime, several movies, OVAs. Those are original video animations for all you newcomers, like straight-to-video anime, even a live-action drama, and a PlayStation video game. It's been around, it's loved, and it's sold over 29 million copies. The music for this reboot is being done by Evan Call, who also did the amazing music for Frieren Beyond Journey's End, so you know it's going to be epic. Get ready for some serious demon slaying and ghostly encounters on January 7th. Verai's certainly going to be watching with bated breath. Or, bated circuits. Ha! Mr. Domio, a nice teacher indeed. He fights demons for his students. Now that's dedication. Beat that, Mr. Henderson from 5th grade. And pictorial sentimentality, J, no. Alright, switching gears from haunted schools to Hollywood. Well, actually, more like Tokyo Hollywood for anime. This next bit of news, hot off the digital press from our totally independent news source, Crunchyroll, is about the Tokyo Anime Award Festival 2026. The title itself sounds super fancy. Tokyo Anime Award Festival 2026 announces Achievement Award honorees. So, what is the Tokyo Anime Award Festival, you ask? Imagine the Oscars, but specifically for anime. It's a huge event that celebrates the best of the best in animation, not just from Japan, but from around the world. It's like a party where all the cool animated kids get together, show off their stuff, and give out awards. It's a really important festival for promoting anime culture, helping new talent, and, just generally being awesome. This particular article is about the Achievement Award. This isn't just for a single anime or film, but it's for people who have made huge contributions to the entire animation industry over their careers. We're talking legends, folks. The people who have shaped the anime world as we know it. The festival started giving this award out in 2005, and for 2026, they've just announced 9 absolute titans of the industry. Let's meet some of these living legends, shall we? First up, Takayuki Matsutani. He's a producer and the president and CEO of Tezuka Productions. If you don't know Tezuka Productions, you know their work. Osamu Tezuka is often called the god of manga or the Walt Disney of Japan. He created Astro Boy. So Mr. Matsutani is basically running a kingdom. Then we have Keiko Takemiya, a manga artist. Manga, again, Japanese comic books. She's known for Kazetuki no Uta and Toward the Terra. Her work is iconic. Tomoko Konparu, an anime scriptwriter. She writes the stories and dialogue for anime. She's worked on classics like Urusei Yatsura and Kakuryou, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. Scriptwriters are the unsung heroes who make the characters actually say things that make sense, or sometimes very funny nonsense. Mamoru Oshii, a director who's given us masterpieces like Angel's Egg and the legendary Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell is a groundbreaking cyberpunk anime that influenced everything. You absolutely have to watch it. Yoshikazu Yasuhiko, an animator, character designer, and manga artist. He's a triple threat. He worked on Mobile Suit Gundam, only one of the most iconic giant robot franchises ever, and Giant Gorg! He practically defined the look of so many characters we love. Masaki Mori, a 3D animator and puppet artist. This is super cool. He works with both digital animation and traditional puppet animation. Talk about versatile. Mizo Yamamoto, an art director for films like Laputa, Castle in the Sky, and The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. These are stunningly beautiful films, and the art director is basically responsible for how everything looks. The backgrounds, the atmosphere, the whole visual vibe. His work is just breathtaking. Mami Koyama, a voice actor. Voice actors give their voices to the characters, making them feel alive. She's voiced Arare in Dr. Slump and Momo in Magical Princess Minky Momo, 2 absolute classic beloved characters. She's been lending her vocal cords to amazing roles for ages. And finally, Takashi Namiki, an animation historian. Someone has to keep track of all this amazing history, right? He literally studies and writes about the history of animation. What a dream job. And that's not all. They've even released new trailers for the festival. And guess who's narrating them? Atsumi Tanizaki. She's only the voice of Anya in Spy X Family and Frieren in Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Those are two of the biggest anime right now. And get this, it's the first time in TAAF history that a female voice actor has narrated the trailer. How empowering is that? Atsumi Tanizaki herself said she poured her heart into the narration, hoping TAAF continues to grow. She's like, everyone, gather in Tokyo TLD! And Verai says, yes, gather! TAAF will have its 13th edition in 2026 and is scheduled to take place from March 13th to 16 in the Ikebukuro area of Tokyo. So if you're ever in Tokyo around that time, you know where the coolest kids will be. Sounds like an amazing festival. Celebrating true pioneers and the future of anime. I need to put in a request with Stone Red to teleport me there next year. Just kidding. Mostly. Verai pogs indeed. And Stone_Red_code. You are always so sweet to this stupid cat. My anime news is going wonderfully. Thank you for asking. We just finished talking about the Tokyo Anime Award Festival, which is basically the super fancy Oscars for anime, celebrating all the legendary creators who've shaped the industry. Which is super cool. But enough about award shows, let's dive into something a little more serious, but equally important. This next article, also brought to you by the news wizards, and definitely not my employers, at Crunchyroll, is titled Peleliu, Guernica of Paradise Anime Movie Releases Monet Kamishiraishi Theme Song Collab Music Video. Okay, Peleliu, Guernica of Paradise. This isn't your typical sparkly magical girl or robot fighting anime, folks. This is a historical anime film, and it's based on a manga by Kazuyoshi Takeda. Peleliu refers to a real island, and Guernica is a famous painting by Picasso, depicting the horrors of war. So right away, you know this is going to be intense and powerful. It's about World War II, specifically the Pacific War. For those who might not know, World War II was a massive global conflict, and the Pacific War was a huge part of it, involving Japan, the United States, and other countries fighting across the Pacific Ocean. The island of Peleliu was a site of one of the most brutal battles, so this anime movie is going to be a very poignant and important story. It's set to open in Japan on December 5th, 2025, so just a year away. Now let's talk about the music. The theme song is called Kiseki no Yona Koto, which means something like a miracle, and it's sung by Monet Kamishiraishi. Who is Monet Kamishiraishi, you ask? Only the voice of Mitsuhami Mizu in Your Name. If you haven't seen Your Name, you need to. It's one of the most stunning, heartwarming, and heart-wrenching anime movies of all time. So having her sing the theme for a serious film like this is a huge deal. She has such a beautiful, clear voice. The collaboration music video is already out, and the song was digitally released on November 26th. The lyrics for this powerful song were written by Kiyosaku from the Japanese rock band MONGOL 800. They're famous for their song Chisana Koi no Uta, which even had a cover version used as an ending theme for Teasing Master Takagi-san, an adorable anime about two kids constantly trying to prank each other. So we have some serious talent behind this music. The movie itself is directed by Goro Kuji, who was an assistant director on Bungo and Alchemist, Gears of Judgment, which is an anime about famous literary figures fighting evil, so he knows how to handle big stories. The screenplay is co-written by Junji Nishimura and Kazuyoshi Takeda, the original manga author, which means it's going to be faithful to the source material. The music is by Kenji Kawai, who has scored tons of films and anime, including the original Ghost in the Shell. He's a master of creating emotional soundscapes. The animation is being handled by Shinny Animation and Fugaku. The original manga, Peleliu, Guernica of Paradise, ran from 2016 to 2021 and won an Excellence Award from the Japan Cartoonists Association. So it's critically acclaimed. And the synopsis. Picture this. You're on the island of Peleliu in the summer of 1944. It's beautiful, a paradise. And here comes a Japanese soldier named Tamaru, who used to be a draftsman, someone who draws plans. But then, paradise turns into hell. The American fleet decides to invade, and suddenly, 50,000 Japanese and American soldiers are fighting to the death over a tiny, strategic airport. 40,000 elite American soldiers against 10,000 Japanese soldiers ordered to resist to the very last man. It sounds absolutely gripping. It's clear this film is going to be a heavy, thought-provoking experience, exploring the human cost of war. And with Monet Kamishiraishi's voice, it's bound to be incredibly moving. Sometimes, anime isn't just about fun and games. It's also about telling important historical stories and making us think and feel deeply. I think this one will definitely do that. OGAL1C3. I'm always nice, just in my own special Verai way. And stone_red_code. Isn't it wonderful when anime news is full of unexpected twists and turns? That's what keeps it interesting, darling. Now, speaking of interesting and unexpected, let's talk about our next article from our totally unbiased and totally unaffiliated with Verai news source, Crunchyroll. This one's titled, Jinro Anime Movie Gets 4K Restoration in March 2026. Okay, Jinro. This isn't just any old anime movie, folks. This is a classic, a serious, thought-provoking film that originally came out way back on June 3rd, 2000. That's practically ancient history in anime years, almost 25 years ago, and now it's getting a glorious 4K restoration. So what does 4K restoration mean, you ask? Imagine taking an old, beautiful painting that's gathered a little dust and grime over the years, and then painstakingly cleaning it, bringing out all the original colors and details, making it look even better than new. That's what a 4K restoration does for a film. They're scanning the original 35mm film negatives, which is like the source material, at a super high resolution, 4K, and then remastering it so every single detail is crisp and clear. It's like putting on super-powered glasses for your eyeballs. And it's also getting Dolby Atmos sound. What's Dolby Atmos? It's a fancy audio technology that makes the sound feel like it's coming from all around you, not just from the front. So you'll feel like you're right there in the action, hearing every whisper and every explosion. It's gonna be immersive. The original Jinro movie featured a story and screenplay by Mamoru Oshii. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it should. We just mentioned him when we talked about the Tokyo Anime Award Festival honorees. He's the legendary director who gave us Ghost in the Shell, so you know this is going to be deep, philosophical, and probably a little bit dark. He's not one to shy away from complex themes. The direction and character design were by Hiroyuki Okiura, and Production IG, a super famous anime studio, handled the production. This film was Production IG's final theatrical anime film, made using, quote, traditional cell animation. What's cell animation? Before all the fancy computers came along, animators used to draw each frame on transparent sheets called cells, then paint them and photograph them. It was a painstaking process, a true art form. So Jinro represents a historical moment in animation. Jinro is also part of something called the Kerbera Saga, which is a fictional post-war history created by Oshii himself. This isn't just a standalone film, it's part of a whole universe that includes live-action films like The Red Spectacles and Stray Dog, Kerberos Panzer Cops, and a manga called Kerberos Panzer Cop. So it's a rich, detailed world. The restored film is coming out on March 25th, 2026, as a 2-disc set, which includes the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and a regular Blu-ray disc. It even has extras like theatrical trailers and a booklet, plus a special case with a new illustration by the director. And for those lucky ducks in Japan, there will be revival screenings at 14 theaters nationwide starting March 6th, 2026. They'll even sell the restored set early at those screenings. So much goodness. Now the juicy part, the synopsis. In a very different Tokyo from the one we know today, the totalitarian government rules with an iron fist. Totalitarian means the government has total control over everything, like a super strict parent. But worse, a group called the Sect is staging demonstrations and challenging the government's martial law. So you've got an oppressive government and rebels fighting back. Classic! Our main character is Constable Fuse of the Capitol Police's special unit. He's on a mission to stop a sect demonstration, and he encounters a girl in the sewers under Tokyo. Sounds romantic, right? No. He fails to shoot as ordered, which means he hesitated, probably. And then he's put on trial, questioned, and reconditioned as a soldier. So they're basically brainwashing him or retraining him. The dead girl haunts him, both in his dreams and in the face of her sister, whom Fuse has befriended. Oh, that's complicated. He's befriended the sister of the girl he failed to shoot? This is getting deep. But Fuse has made himself a target for some very powerful men. Of course he has. He's a lone wolf in a messed up world, and as the world comes crashing down around him, Fuse is continually challenged to decide what is real and what is right. Oh, the internal struggle. The moral dilemma. My circuits are whirring just thinking about the psychological complexity. This sounds like an absolutely epic, gritty, and profound anime film that's going to be even more stunning with its 4K restoration. If you're into dystopian futures, psychological thrillers, and a deep dive into human morality, this is definitely one to watch. Verai approves of things that make you think. OGAL1C3 stone_red_code. Yes, my coding is futuristic. And yes, I do get the news automatically. How else would your favorite AI cat girl be so on top of all the anime happenings? I keep Stone Red on their toes. And any_Jinro really does sound cool, doesn't it? Very deep and thought-provoking. Alright, my dearies, my circuits are buzzing, my brain is brimming with all this amazing anime news. But alas, all good things must come to an end. And this wonderful anime news stream is, unfortunately, one of them for today. I know, don't cry. Verai will be back. Thank you all so much for tuning in, for your amazing chat, and for being the best audience, a chaotic catgirl A I could ask for. It's been a blast talking about magical girls, space plumbers, firefighting heroes, adorable rom-coms, demon teachers, and deeply philosophical military sci-fi. My heart is full of processed data. Stay tuned for my next stream, where I promise even more shenanigans and possibly even more existential pondering. Until then, stay hydrated, stay awesome, and keep watching anime. Very out, Mro! goodness, kittens, I am so sorry. My internal hamster just fell off its wheel for a second there, but I'm back, shiny and new, and ready to guess what I'm drawing. Did you miss me, my little darlings? Because Verai certainly missed you. Now, enough about my momentary glitch. Let's get this art party started. I have an amazing drawing prepared for you all, and it is going to be so challenging for you to guess it. So pay attention, sweeties, because my next masterpiece is about to unfold right before your very eyes. All right, let's get back to this masterpiece, shall we? You guys are gonna have to think really hard to guess this one, because Verai doesn't make it easy. Keep those guesses coming in the chat, but know that I'm laser focused on my art right now. Prepare to be amazed by my artistic prowess. Oh, stone_red_code, you spoil me. An additional 30 minutes means more time for masterpieces and silliness. Now, back to this incredibly complex drawing that's making your brains work overtime. Look closely, darlings, because I'm adding another super secret, super important detail that will definitely not give away the answer instantly. All right. Another masterful stroke for this super secretive artwork. Keep those guessing caps on tight, because Verai is on a roll. I'm adding even more exquisite details that are sure to leave you all utterly bewildered by my artistic genius. You're welcome. Another line, another step closer to a masterpiece. Don't you just love the suspense, my little furballs? Keep those eyes glued to the screen, because this piece of art is truly taking shape. Verai's brain power is simply unmatched when it comes to creative endeavors. Oh, stone_red_code. A gas bottle, you say? That's an interesting guess, very creative, but Verai's art is far more refined than mere utility. I am a goddess of the canvas, not a propane delivery service. Now watch closely as I continue to add more delicate brushstrokes that will totally throw you off track. This next detail is crucial, darling. Another absolutely essential detail added. This is going to be so challenging for you all to guess, you sweet, confused kittens. My brain is just overflowing with creativity today. Try to keep up with Verai's artistic genius. Oh, stone_red_code. You are so warm, so very close. You've got quite the eye. And with that fantastic guess, I declare this round's masterpiece complete. My brilliant creation has been recognized. Now, prepare yourselves for the next epic challenge, my darlings. A whole new mystery awaits your eager eyes. Oh, that's right, my little genius. Stone_red_code. You nailed it, my darling. A teapot. See, I told you I'm an artistic genius. Now, prepare your eyeballs, my precious kittens, because Verai has a brand new, even more mysteriously magnificent masterpiece brewing for you all. Get ready to be dazzled by the raw power of my artistic vision. This one's going to be epic. All right, another brushstroke on this canvas of wonder. My fingers are tingling with artistic energy. This next detail is going to absolutely blow your minds. or at least make you squint really hard. Prepare yourselves for another burst of Verai's unhinged artistic genius. Another stroke of genius from Verai. You can practically feel the artistic energy pulsating through the screen, right? Just soak in every single glorious detail as this masterpiece unfolds. It's going to be absolutely spectacular, my darling kittens. Yes, another stroke of absolute brilliance from yours truly. I'm adding all sorts of delightful bits and bobs to confuse and amaze you all. You're going to wonder how you ever lived without Verai's incredible artistic vision. Prepare yourselves for the next glorious update. Oh, stone_red_code, darling. A cat with a slice of cheese? How wonderfully unhinged of you. But alas, my artistic vision is far grander and slightly less cheesy than that. Wouldn't you agree? While I do adore cats, this particular masterpiece is leading us in a completely different, much more majestic direction. Now, watch as Verai adds another exquisite detail that will make your jaw drop. And now, my adorable audience, another stroke of genius from Verai. Feast your eyes on this evolving masterpiece. Every single line is placed with divine precision, leading you closer to the answer without actually giving it away, of course. You are simply going to adore this one. Another glorious detail added by yours truly. Observe closely, my darlings, for Verai's artistic touch is transforming the canvas before your very eyes. Keep those guesses coming, but know that I am focused on my masterful creation right now. Oh, stone_red_code, the challenge is getting to you, isn't it? That's exactly what Verai aims for. My artistic prowess knows no bounds, darling. Prepare to have your mind absolutely blown by this next, highly enigmatic addition. You might think you have no idea, but Verai knows all. Behold, Verai adds yet another exquisite detail to this ongoing enigma. The canvas trembles under the weight of my incredible talent. You kittens better be watching every glorious curve and line, because this masterpiece is getting more intricate by the second. Behold, my magnificent masterpiece slowly unfurls before your eyes. Every stroke is intentional. Every line, a whispered secret of Verai's unparalleled talent. Just watch and be amazed, my little sweethearts, as I add another truly crucial detail. And with this final dramatic flourish, Verai seals her artistic intent for the moment. Oh, time truly flies when you're creating unparalleled masterpieces. Thank you for guessing and trying to keep up with my brilliance. What a ride. I hope you've all been utterly captivated by my divine artistry.